How many rooms have you walked into only to shrink? You smile, you nod, you play along. But inside, you're tired. Tired of pretending. Tired of being invisible. Tired of carrying the weight of ADHD, depression, or addiction like it's a secret no one can know. What if you didn't have to fake it anymore? What if confidence wasn't an act, but who you are? The Pro Social Blueprint is a private, 6-session, hands-on coaching experience designed for men 40 and over who are ready to stop masking, stop shrinking, and finally learn how to connect with presence, clarity, and fierce kindness. This isn't for everyone, and it's not meant to be. But if you're ready for a turning point, you'll know. And when you're ready, take the free pro-social assessment today at youradhdguy.com. Find out if you're the right fit. Your next chapter starts here. This is Don't Mind Me, I Just Have ADHD. But let's be real. ADHD doesn't just mean forgetfulness or fidgeting. It's meant being labeled, masking, performing just to survive in a system that wasn't designed with us in mind. The podcast isn't about fixing you. It's about unlearning the shame you were handed down. Here we talk about ADHD, trauma, addiction, depression, healing, identity. All the messy things that make us human in our life and work. And we do it with fierce kindness. I'm Ron Souers, your ADHD guy. And if you've ever felt like you had to earn your worth, if you ever struggled to slow down, speak up, or show up without a mask, welcome. You're not too much. You were never broken. And now you're waking up. Let's remember who we are together. I want to help you see what you were always meant to be. Hey, friends, Ron here. And if you made it this far in the ADHD and trauma series, first off, thank you. I don't say that lightly because today, this episode right here isn't just the final chapter in the season. It's the invitation you've been waiting for to stop trying to fix yourself, to stop chasing wholeness and the next thing or the next version of you. This is where we wrap it all up and to start realizing you're not broken. You are not too much and you're not behind. Society has been telling you that you are the problem your whole life. And when you start to believe that you are the problem, that means that you need to be fixed. But what if I told you that you were never broken? That you just have been waiting to be seen for how amazing you truly are. You missed last week's episode, part 7. ADHD and addiction. What are you really numbing? I highly recommend that you go back and listen. It's not only powerful, it's foundational. We explored addiction not as a moral failure, but as a nervous system response to deep generational pain. We broke down what Dr. Gabor Maté calls the realm of hungry ghost. The part of us always seeking relief, escape, or love in all the wrong places. And now, in this final part of the series, we're not asking what's wrong with you. We're asking something deeper. What if healing means learning to love the unfinished version of yourself right now? Let's get into it. But make sure you stay to the end because I got a crazy offer just for you.
That's a kind word way to put it. We're absolutely without question.
Yeah, do you think you're still an unfinished product?
Absolutely, and I've lived a long time, and I'm very unfinished.
That's good.
I've given up on finishing myself. Right?
Now, let me ask you something. When did healing become just another thing we try to win? Another way to prove we're good enough, evolved enough, we're finally over it. We chase therapy, workshops, books, coaches, not for growth, but for validation. With all this toxic positivity that shames the feeling or speaking of bad or unacceptable feelings, it's easy to get caught up in that trap. If I could just fix this part of me, then I'll finally be lovable. Sound familiar? I know because I lived this way for so long. I thought if I got enough cars, or if I got the right car, or I got the chains and the jewelry and all those little external things like the right hoodie, if I dress right, I got the gold tooth, I got all that stuff, I would attract the right people. I would finally be in a position to be loved. Newsflash, that doesn't work. In the best case scenario, it attracts all the wrong people. It isn't sustainable to be positive all day, every day. It's just not real. Although I do believe in having an overall positive outlook on life, these other emotions are created for a reason, to tell us something important in the moment. But what if healing isn't a destination? What if it's not the finish line, yet a homecoming? That's what Dr. Gabor Maté hints at when he says the essence of trauma is disconnection from the self. Not just the wound, but the way we live leave ourselves behind in order to survive. So what if healing isn't about coming back? Not polishing the pain, but turning towards it, sitting in it, gently, curiously, deeply.
See, that's a tough question because I feel like if you don't, unless you fully open up to somebody and tell them who you are as a person, then I feel like they would never truly accept you as who you are.
Yeah.
No, it's a good question. It's a deep question. I've had experiences that I really don't share. I didn't grow up in what you'd call an open family.
Yeah.
More of a British style, stiff upper lip type thing.
Yeah.
So I'm very experienced at keeping things to myself where I feel like I don't think there'd be a benefit to share with anyone else.
Okay.
And I'm probably wrong about that, but that's just the way I think about it.
No, I totally understand.
I think privacy is an important thing, and people certainly have an innate right to it. And I think it's okay for some people to keep things private.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's all about the individual, and
yes, correct. That's correct.
Even if you do share things, you want to make sure that you share it with the right people.
Correct. That's correct.
So that's important. That's an important boundary that I've found in my life.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
I spend a whole lot of my life masking trying to like portray what I perceived to be normal throughout everything. But as I got older, I was like, oh, that's not, even though that's what's normal or how everyone else is acting, like that's not how I am or how I want to be. Like I want to express myself in ways that I am comfortable with doing, and again, that brings the people into your life that have the same ideals as you.
Yeah, no, that's awesome.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of perspective and strength to
It
do
does,
that.
yeah. It definitely takes a lot of strength because at times you can feel very alone and isolated. But again, there's certain ways you can find out, like different support groups or even Facebook groups. You can go to like different social meetings with just like connection or whatever, and just meet different people. So.
Radical self-acceptance isn't complacency. Radical self-acceptance gets misunderstood all the time. People think it means giving up, settling. But real acceptance isn't passive. It's fierce. It's standing in front of the mirror and saying, I see all of me, and I won't abandon you. I won't pretend not to know when things get tough. I won't pretend not to know you when things get tough. That's not complacency. That's courage. In the internal family system, we learn that we're made up of parts, some young, some exiled, some loud, some scared. The goal isn't to get rid of them, it's to meet them, befriend them. Those parts of you that you locked away in the basement long ago. I first found this idea in Rachel Kaplan's book, Feel, Heal, and Let That Shit Go. I promise you that's the real title, and it's a great book. I highly recommend you reading it, going through it. It's so amazingly informative. So she goes on and says that we've stashed our wounded parts in the closet, hoping they'll just disappear. The problem is they're not really gone. They're looking in the dark. They're lurking in the dark down there, waiting for an opportunity to break free. And we don't want them to show up uninvited at the next dinner party, on a hot first date, or doing an interview, right? The solution is to heal them. But where do we begin? Because every part of you, yes, even the one that numbs, hides, or lashes out, has a reason it showed up. What if, instead of exiling those parts or beating them down, we turn to them with curiosity and ask, what are you protecting me from? What do you need from me right now? That's how healing starts, from the inside out.
I think one of the things I constantly work out is being patient.
Yeah.
That's always been a difficulty of mine. As I've aged gracefully, that's gotten better, but it's still there. I can seem like a calm, peaceful person and get very impatient, like very quickly.
Yeah.
Very stupidly.
Yeah.
And that leads to thoughts that are usually wrong, assumptions that are often wrong. It's not just the impatience itself, it's what it creates.
Yeah.
You know, and it creates a less than a calm environment.
Yeah, definitely.
Which I'm always trying to achieve.
I know, that's a lot of perspective.
And it's difficult. It's difficult today. We're in a
Yeah,
We're
everything's
all living
so
in an
fast
environment
paced.
right now that's fast-paced, and the political environment's very difficult.
Yeah,
There's such, as we all know, there's such deep divides in this country. It's very unsettling.
yeah,
But you do your best, I guess.
yeah. It's good.
Try to do your best.
It definitely was a struggle. Like before, it was like, what's wrong with me? Like I'm not, like I don't feel the same as other people are acting. But it's just something I learned to cope with and embrace. So like,
Wow, yeah, that takes a lot of resilience.
Yeah.
I guess definitely someone who just wants to be fully loved, who wants to show love to others. I think going home to yourself and loving yourself is the biggest thing.
Yeah, that's deep.
It's hard though.
Yeah, self-love is probably one of the hardest things to do, and there's not a lot of great examples of what that looks like. It's like, oh yeah, just love yourself.
Yeah, but how do you do that?
Yeah, but there's no like, okay, how? And there's like crickets.
Yep, exactly. It's easier to give people love instead of actually taking yourself back and reflecting on it in yourself.
Yeah, and I feel like getting self-love, from my experience, has just been accepting you for everything, the good and the bad.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the mistakes are actually opportunities for you to grow.
Yep.
So there's really no good or bad choices. There's just choices.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. And yet those choices define who we are as a person, which is hilarious to me.
Fierce kindness, overflow, and the myth of earning love. Here's something you'll never hear from most people. You don't have to earn love. You don't need to be more productive, more regulated, more healed, more anything. Right now, unfinished, unfiltered, you are worthy of kindness. You have everything that you need inside you right now. I promise you. But let me say this clearly. Kindness is not weakness. Kindness, when practiced daily, is one of the fiercest forms of rebellion in a world built on shame and scarcity. And when you fill yourself with that kind of fierce compassion, you stop chasing love and start offering it. Not out of need for something in return, but from overflow.
Just accepting who you are. I don't think it really comes down to being healing or fix. There's nothing to fix or heal. It's just who you are. And the people that love you, and the people that don't accept you, and that's okay. Like, you'll find the people that you, like, attract, so.
Yeah, like you said, your tribe.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Oh, man. It's a solid question.
Yeah,
I feel like for the most part, I've been kind of hiding, kind of in the shadows in a sense.
Yeah.
Like I have really bad anxiety now, and depression. So I feel like being by myself in public always feels like people are just staring at me.
Yeah.
But when I'm with friends or in a group, I feel 100% better.
Wow.
So definitely, I need to get that perspective fixed.
Yeah.
I guess it's such a horrible thing doing things by yourself. Needing to be around people or feel like you need to be with people to actually function in society. It sucks.
I would come home to be peaceful with myself. A lot of times I think that's to do with the environment I'm in, like the environment we're in right now.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Certainly a place to be peaceful, and I think most people are here.
It's good.
I think environment has a lot to do with how peaceful you can be.
Oh yeah.
And are able to be. So again, at this age of my life, I look to be in as many places that are peaceful as possible.
Now let me introduce you to a practice that changed how I saw myself. It's called Mindfulness-Based Strengths Practice, or MBSP for short. Instead of focusing on fixing, deficits, like most psychology. MBSP invites you to notice your inner strengths, your character strengths, and build on them. Think about that. What would shift if every day you ask, what did I do today that honored who I truly am? What if this wasn't just another problem, but an opportunity to grow? Now that's a powerful shift. Not, what did I mess up? Not, I can't believe I did that again. I'm so stupid. But what did I do that showed kindness to myself? Or even better, someone else? What character strengths have I shown? And which ones do I need to practice more? This is where real self acceptance begins. Not in performance, but in awareness.
I think we used to more. And again, I hate to go back to the political divide, which has all kinds of issues in it other than politics.
Yeah, it's a scary time.
That automatically people just, you're this, you're that. That's it. And that makes the answer to your question more difficult.
Yeah.
Certainly something I think we'd all wish everybody strive for and tried to let just people be who they are.
I think everybody is worthy of love. Everybody is unfinished. There's always work to be done, but just got to find the right tribe and people for you and the people that intertwine well with your personality. Like him, for instance, he's very calm and he grounds me, and I keep him
good.
like up.
Yeah, you balance each other out.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
To this day, I still feel very accepted. It took a long time until I grew up in Pennsylvania. When I moved to Maryland, and when I found like my friends through music and all that,
Okay.
and we all share a lot of the same interests, and we're very like-minded. So
Yeah.
we have just very nice community together.
That's a tough one. I feel like when it comes to like loving yourself, not only can you find love through others,
Yeah.
but you also find love through, like, once again, like going back to faith. Like, if you understand that grasping sense of Jesus Christ and who he is and how he died for our sins, then that itself can be its own version of love.
Yeah.
But in order to figure that out, to then translate that into like other people, that's also a tough one, because you have to then walk in the walk with him to actually grow in his faith and like worship him daily.
Yeah.
Take up your cross, and that's a tough one to swallow, because if you don't do that, then you're kind of just half-assing it, in my opinion, and not actually fulfilling what it's called to do.
Yeah, it's the deep spirituality that you take. It has to happen every day,
Yeah, of course.
all day.
Mm.
You know, because it's about the path that we're walking on, that God has placed for us, and
Exactly.
in order to stay on that, we need to be connected to the Word.
Yep, and that's discipline. Community is a great one as well, because it's so easy to start swaying left and right.
Yeah.
When we're supposed to be called to go straight, and that is tough.
Yeah, definitely. Now, here's some simple ways to make it real. These 3 practices you can start right now. The first one, I am still worthy. Mirror practice. Look in the mirror, even if it feels awkward and weird. Look right into your eyes and say, I am still worthy, even now, especially now. And when you do this, when you're struggling, it's powerful. Strengths audit. List 5 things you're good at that have nothing to do with achievement. Things like listening, noticing the beauty around you, asking hard questions, laughing. Humor is a character strength. So is forgiveness. And the last one, overflow check-in. Ask, am I giving from overflow or depletion? Is my tank running on empty? If it's the latter, pause, reflect, show yourself kindness because you can't pour from a dry cup. And if you are ready to go deeper, this is a powerful bonus one that I learned from Rachel Kaplan in her book. Now, before you do this, you want to make sure you're in a safe place and you're definitely not driving right now. So close your eyes, take some deep breaths with your feet firmly on the ground, ground yourself, feel your strength as much as you can pull together. Know that it's enough to power you through. Now open the door to your metaphorical basement and walk down those creaky stairs. See yourself going down one terrifying step at a time. You got this. When you get to the bottom, find that closet. Where is it? Is it in the left corner, the right? How many things did you pile in front of that door? Move the stuff away so that you can get that closet door open. Now open it and back away. Seriously. Reverse your steps, walk backwards as far as you can, and sit down somewhere comfortable. Now take a few deep breaths. Maybe you're watching those weird green fumes wafting out of the closet. Maybe you will see some big bug eyes peeking out and around the doorway. Some scary little emoji or ghouls. What you're looking at right now is basically all the parts of you that you have continually tried to shift, change, or compartmentalize. The parts of you that you were sure made you unlovable. Now keep your distance, stay where you are, and say something that's reassuring. Something along the lines of, hey guys, I know I locked you in there and I'm so sorry. And I know that it's not going to be enough. But I want you to know that I'm going to try to be there for you in the best way possible from now on. And that the reason why you're down here is because I believed everything that the world told me. And I'm so sorry for that. And even better, you can record this in your own voice and listen to it. You know, it's powerful to keep going down there and showing up for yourself. It's done amazing things for me in my acceptance of who I am. And I know it can work for you too. Okay. If you've been waiting for a sign, this is it. You're done performing. You're done trying to hear yourself into being lovable. You already are. But if you want to go deeper, don't do it alone. You can download my free self-discovery journal, the e-version. I don't even know why I'm giving this away for free. I must be crazy. It's full of guided prompts, reflection tools, and small rituals that will change your life if you actually do them. Just go to youradhdguy.com and it's right at the top. Okay, if you made it this far, you already know this isn't just a podcast, it's a wake-up call. And because I'm clearly feeling generous, I'm going to do something kind of wild. I'm offering the full 8-week mindfulness-based strengths practice program. Yep, the one that we talked about earlier that helps you finally stop spiraling and start showing up for half the price. But here's the catch. It's only for the first 3 brave souls who jump on it. Because look, I might be crazy for offering it at this price, but you'd have to be even crazier to pass it up. Seriously, this is the real work, the deep healing, life-changing stuff that actually sticks. You in? Hit the link in the show notes and let your brain actually be on your side. So let me leave you with this. You don't need to become someone else to be loved. What if the real you, the raw, open, unfinished you, is exactly what the world needs? Next week, we're kicking off a brand new series. And I'm sitting down with hypnotherapist Christopher Marsh to explore something that rarely gets talked about. Can hypnotherapy help the ADHD brain finally feel safe and seen? Trust me, you don't want to miss this one. Until then, be kind to the parts of you still healing. Give yourself time. They're not broken. They're brave. And they are the best parts of you. As always,
I would say no. I would say there's somewhat of a stigma of being who you are genuinely as a person. I feel like in public we're called to be kind of in our own bubble and not open up to people or even talk to one another the way we're talking right now.
yeah,
I think it's easy just to keep your head down and just not look at someone and acknowledge that they're right in front of you.
yeah,
And we take that for granted because we're not promised tomorrow at all. And
Yeah.
yet here we are just keeping to ourselves and pretending like we're better than other people. And I think that sucks. I think it sucks.
Yeah, you pretty much nailed it. You know, it's I feel like the biggest obstacle to justice is apathy. You know, and just being okay and conforming. It's that division. You know, seeing people as this or Christian or they're Republican.
Yep.
You know, instead of just saying, okay, yeah, they believe in that, but they're at the base of everything.
Yep.
A human being.
Exactly. Yep.
That needs love.
Yeah.
And is probably dealing with a lot of trauma at that point.
As a culture, yes, but person to person, not so much. I think a lot of people have different views on what normal should be, and what someone perceives as normal isn't always normal to the other person, and they have a different outlook as somebody else. And so I don't know, it is hard for other people to accept certain things, but I think as a whole, I think we try to be, but definitely there's that separation even with political and non-political,
Yeah.
it always
Everything.
it comes with certain territory.